Hello, and welcome to our Meal Planning Made Easy module. In this module, we're going to discuss the benefits of meal planning, step-by-step process in meal planning, tips to make meal planning easier, and then ways to build meal planning as a long-term consistent habit. Let me flip over and take a look at our module. I'm going to share my screen. And so meal planning made easy. Meal planning frequently can seem like a chore when you really haven't incorporated it into your routine or into your weekly schedule. So first I want to kind of touch on some different reasons why a person might benefit from meal planning. So first of all, time. It is a huge time saver because I don't know about you, but when each evening you're coming up with different recipes or things you decide you're going to make last minute, you are frequently running to the grocery store to get the ingredients that you need. So this can help to avoid multiple trips to the grocery store during the week. It can also avoid that kind of daily debate about what the heck are we going to eat tonight or what am I going to have for snacks. Number two, it's definitely a money saver because can decrease the cost of eating out and ordering in. Coming home at the end of the day from work, not having a clue what you're going to eat. So DoorDash becomes your friend, or you grab the hubby and decide, let's just go grab something to eat because it is easier. And typically, you're tired at the end of the day. So the second way it's a money saver is it can avoid those last minute kind of quick and easy, typically more expensive as well as less nutritious convenience foods. So kind of avoids that, let's just throw in a frozen pizza or let's throw in, something that we can just pop into the oven or warm up in the microwave to make for dinner at the end of the day. Or even, during the work day, if you haven't brought your lunch with you, you're going to tend to go and grab something at the cafeteria or the quick fast food restaurant down the street. The third benefit of meal planning is it's going to help to save your energy because you can prepare for multiple meals at one time. And you can also do that batch cooking, which I'm a huge fan of, making multiple meals at one time that you can just warm up during the week for lunches and dinners, or even throw in the freezer and use in a few weeks or in next month, just to have as extra options when maybe you don't have as much time to be able to meal prep and plan. And the fourth and last benefit is promoting better health. We know that when we're eating home, we definitely choose probably better portion sizes as compared to eating out. When I'm talking to my clients, I always talk about, the Olive Garden size plate of pasta. And unfortunately, when we get that much food put in front of us, we're going to tend to eat more than we normally would at home, if not lots more. And if not, we're not leaving there, feeling full and uncomfortable. We can also control the quality of the food that we're consuming because we know what ingredients are in the foods that we are making, and we can actually make an effort to choose those whole real ingredients as compared to kind of the quick and easy or the things that might be much higher in sodium, higher in sugar, and not as healthy of choices. We can also at home make those fully macro balanced meals. So we're not going to, at restaurants, sometimes we go out, we might just have the meat and the potatoes. Maybe we don't have the vegetables on the side. When we're at home, we can control our portions. We can make sure we have good quality protein in all of our meals and snacks, as well as maybe some good vegetables and those higher fiber choices of those carbohydrates, complex carbs. Not to mention when we're eating at home, we can make sure that we're getting in those consistent, balanced meals that help to increase our metabolism and boost our energy, which is the whole point of our Energy for Life program. Not to mention the meal planning can definitely increases our chances of reaching our nutrition and lifestyle goals, whether they be weight loss, whether they be lowering cholesterol, lowering blood pressure, just eating healthier, eating more quality nutrition so that we feel better, so that we have more energy. So definitely meal planning, eating at home can help us to be more successful towards those goals. So sometimes when you think of meal planning, you might think of that athlete or that bodybuilder or somebody who is counting every calorie and who is writing down and tracking everything that they are putting in their mouth. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes this can be helpful to be more aware of what we're eating and how it can kind of add up throughout the day. And maybe we can also, it helps us to realize what better choices can I make in place of certain things when we are having those goals of weight loss, and we do need to kind of track what we're eating, especially when we're trying to get to those protein goals or those fiber goals. That can be definitely beneficial, but that's not what I'm talking about. Meal planning can start with as simply as just looking at which meals do I want to plan. It does not have to be an all or nothing. I must have 3 meals a day and 3 snacks a day, planned out, set out, and calculated to the last calorie. It just depending on where you're starting. You might decide that you just want to choose, 1 or 3 meals during that whole week that you would like to plan. So maybe you're saying, you know what, I just want to have 3 hot dinners that I have thought through and planned and have all the ingredients for at home for that week, just to start out with. Think about kind of maybe what meals are the most difficult for you. Is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Is it dinner? Is it that, oh, I need to do something different than grabbing that donut every morning for breakfast. Maybe I need to make some overnight oats. Maybe I need to make some veggie scrambles. Maybe I need to make some yogurt parfaits or something like that to help me have some better options that I can grab and run out the door with. Or maybe it's just that you're spending so much money and eating, junk food for lunch every day because you're grabbing the fast food that's next door to wherever you're working. So maybe you want to prepare those lunch meals. Maybe it's just that end of the day, I'm tired. I never know what I'm going to make at the end of the day for dinner. The kids are hollering at me, or I end up throwing a frozen pizza in, or or just eating a bowl of cereal instead for dinner. So maybe you want to focus on dinner. So start with that one thing. Think about maybe what is the most difficult meal for you during that week, or maybe just where do you want to begin? I have a lot of clients that they might just start with, I'm going to meal plan my breakfast, and that is perfectly fine. It does not have to be an all or nothing, everything all at once. So the second step in meal planning, what do you want to make? It does not have to involve just crazy recipes or some fancy thing that you saw on the internet. It can be just very simple. And actually, you're much more likely to be successful when it takes less time with just basic and simpler ingredients, and even just ingredients that you might already have in your freezer or in your cupboard. So the way I like to break it down to make it nice and simple is start with your proteins. What kind of proteins are you going to have? Then maybe you add in, what am I going to have for my complex carbs? And then finally, now I need to throw in a bunch of vegetables to add to it. And then you can mix and match those to make different combinations for that meal. I made kind of a simple meal planning guide here that you can take a look at. And you basically, just choose from each column. Start with your protein. So maybe you choose, if maybe dinner is the meal that you're going to make. And what I like to do is I'll make a couple different proteins, a couple different carbs and veggies, and I'll mix and match those, and I'll eat on those for lunch and dinners during the week. So I can grab them, easy to throw in the microwave and warm up for lunches. And then on those days that maybe we don't have enough time to grab dinner in the evening, I can do the same at dinner time. I don't have kids at home anymore, so it's much easier. My husband and I can just kind of grab and eat whatever we have in the fridge. Makes it much more simple, much less stress at the end of the day. Otherwise, you can choose a couple proteins. So maybe this week you're going to do chicken and fish. You start with that. Maybe you're going to make some quinoa and some sweet potatoes, and then you have a bunch of broccoli and asparagus in your fridge. Prepare each of those however you'd like. Get your Snapware out, which is my favorite. So just, you can get your glass containers. And the reason why I'm getting those glass containers with a nice solid lid is because you can pre-portion everything out. You can pop the top off, you throw it in the microwave. You don't have to worry about it being plastic or melting or any of that stuff. And it's really easy to pack in lunch boxes if you're going to be taking it to work. So I love to do that. Then if you want to kind of season things or spice things up, you can take, you can find maybe some favorite sauces at the grocery store that maybe sound tasty. Maybe you change it up with some different herbs and seasonings that you have in your cupboard. Just, you know, maybe you make it a Mexican flavor one night, or maybe you make more of an Asian or an Indian seasonings another night, just to kind of change things up. Whatever is your favorite and whatever is easiest for you. It does not have to be difficult. So the next step is, once you figure out kind of this is what I'm going to make, take a look at what you have at home, and then make your grocery list of actually what you need beyond that to go to the grocery store. Go your grocery shopping, and then actually do the meal prep. So it can vary depending on kind of what your specific goals are. Maybe you just want to know like what you're going to have for dinner when, you know, during the week. So maybe on Monday you say, oh, yep, tonight we're having chicken and sweet potatoes and some asparagus. And so you have that ready in the refrigerator so that when you get home from work, you have a plan, you throw it in the oven, the air fryer, whatever way you're going to make it. And even just having that plan is enough for you to kind of feel like it helps you to stay a little bit more on track. Someone else might actually want to go one step further. They want to prep all the ingredients out. Maybe they want to cut up the herbs and the seasonings, the onions, the vegetables. Maybe they want to, you know, portion out the meat so it's enough for just one person. They prepare everything so that's even easier for you to know. Now I know on Monday I'm having chicken and sweet potatoes and asparagus, but it's all ready so that all you have to do is basically throw it in the pan, and everything that goes with the seasoning and cooking is all ready to go. And this is great for mostly for like those vegetables. Even if during the week you want to have, you know, snacks, maybe you want to take some veggies and hummus, or you know, just some carrot sticks or something for work. You have those all chopped up. You're going to be much more inclined to eat them if they are ready to go, as compared to sitting as a lump in your refrigerator and going bad because you don't have the energy to want to chop them and cut them up. And then some people might want to take that even one step further, which is kind of my favorite. You know, maybe you spend a Sunday afternoon actually preparing and cooking and portioning out your meals, so it's all ready to go, all cooked, so that you can just grab it and go for lunches and dinners during the week. Each person is different with what their family dynamic is, what works best for them. It does not have to be a one size fits all. This is just about helping you to make better choices, helping you to maybe incorporate more whole, real ingredients, maybe save a little money, save a little time from eating out. So here are some tips, taking this one step further, some easy tips I think that can be really helpful. First of all, you don't have to do it all by yourself. Ask your family, ask your spouse to help with it. Have them provide you with specific meal ideas, or if you want to create a recipe, or what are their favorite meats or favorite dishes. Have them write down, hey, could we have this? Have them actually help you to make that calendar of, let's have this on Monday, let's have this on Tuesday or Wednesday. Have them help you with writing the grocery list and taking the inventory of what you have around the house and what you need at the grocery store. Have them help you with grocery shopping. If you have a driver at home who can jump in the car with a list, and you can actually trust them to grab whatever you are asking them to get and not a ton of extra stuff. Have somebody go and get the groceries for you, and then actually have them help you prepare the meals and cut and chop and do some of the work too. So it's not just one person that this is all put on. It's actually a nice family task time. So I mean, it can be very helpful to have other people who are helping you with it. So one way you can save time is you can actually purchase those pre-cut veggies or those salad mixes, which I really love. You can just throw them in a bowl, you throw some protein on them, and bam, you have a nice meal. My favorite is the glass Snapware for portioning out your meals, for actually knowing that, I have, 5 ounces of protein in here. I have my 2/3 or 1 cup of my complex carb. I have my vegetables in there. So maybe if you are someone who's kind of tracking your macros or trying to get to those protein goals or those calorie goals, you know exactly what is in your pre-portioned meal. And, you know, the glass Snapware, you just pop the lid off, you throw it in the microwave. I feel like if you know, unless if it's just one person in the house, you maybe don't need to do this, but I do think it's nice to have that menu posted so where it's visible so you can actually see what is my weekly plan, what are we having for dinner tonight, if you need to pull something out of the freezer so it can thaw during the day while you're at work. So you just kind of have that plan in the front of your mind. And this is where you can also make double and triple batches of meals, throw them in the freezer, or just eat on them throughout the week. It's so helpful and just makes things so easy. And that all depends on if you are somebody who likes leftovers or somebody who likes a new and fresh meal every day. I personally can eat the same thing all week long without any problem. So next, I want to just chat for a minute about how you can build this habit. So sometimes, you know, we can be all excited about meal planning. We dive in with both feet, and we do it for maybe a couple weeks or a month, and then we kind of fall off, and it's like, oh, you know, this is work or this is different. I think some ways to actually incorporate this in, so you're doing this for the long term, is starting out small. Like I was saying before, you don't have to be planning every single meal for the entire week or every single snack. Start small. Start out with maybe one meal. Focus on breakfast, focus on lunch, focus on dinner. Maybe you're just focusing on the snacks you're making, and start there and then take it step by step. Schedule each step on your calendar. So, you know, break up each task and schedule it. You don't have to do everything all in one day. Choose days where you have a little bit more time versus trying to fit it into those days where you have tons of different things planned. So maybe on a Friday afternoon or evening, you decide you're going to meal plan. You're going to determine what is it where I'm going to make for that next week, what recipes, what foods, what proteins. Maybe Saturday morning is a good time for you to run to the grocery store. Maybe Sunday afternoon is a great day for meal preparation. So actually scheduling these things on your calendar so that you're much more likely to do them. Remember, you don't need to make crazy extravagant or time-consuming recipes in order to be effective. The simpler, the better. And lastly is be consistent. Change takes time. Consistency is the most important piece to being successful over that long term. Regardless of how bad yesterday went or last week went, remember that today is a new week, or today is a new day, or this is a new week. Just get up and be consistent with it. Keep working towards that goals, and it does get easier. This is exactly how those habits are made. So I pulled together a sample weekly meal plan and a grocery list. It's just using the same template that I attached to this module. So take a look at it, create your own meal planner here. You can do it, you know, print out several copies and do it for different weeks. And then create your shopping list on the side. You can even then go through your inventory. You can check things off that you might have so that when you go to the grocery store, you know exactly what you need and you're not getting lots of extra stuff. Your action step for this week is I actually want you to sit down and create and follow a weekly meal plan, whether it's just a few meals during that week or whether it's 7 dinners during the week, whatever works best for you. And I would love for you to share your meal plan with me via the chat feature. If you would like me to take a look at it, if you would like me to provide any feedback, I am more than happy to do that. So please reach out, let us know how everything is going, and have a fantastic week. Good luck with your meal plans. All right.